Okay, recording in progress. Then we want to create, for example, a question. This is only input where a user can input, can type the text, but we can also create questions. For example, we have to create question like this. Here we have questions in the menu, and we push create. And we have to select the type of the question. We have different types. We have a question answer to which can be yes or no. And we also have type of the question where a user can choose one answer from many. And also we have a question where user can choose many answers from many. So this is interesting when, for example, there are 5 options and the user can choose 3 of them, for example, at the same time. But for the first time, we need, for example, a question with 1 option. So here we can type something like this: choose the domain name under dispute. So let's imagine that we have a dispute concerning some domain name in the internet. So we ask a user this question: choose the domain name under the dispute. Add. And here below we have to enter variants options for the user. So first option, for example, company.com, the first domain name. Next domain name, company.one, for example. Then maybe best.one and best of the best. So we have, for example, 4 options for the user, and we push save and insert to algorithm. So here we have a block with this question, and here we have these options for the user. And we also connect this block with previous block with the arrow. Okay. And now we have different branches, so user can choose different options here, different answers to this question. And so, for example, if he choose best of the best, we can notify him that this domain name is, for example, not exist right now. Yeah. And we can create a message for him. Here we have messages, and we again push create. Select a type. Usually it's text, but we can also add images, video, iframe. Iframe means other internet site inside our bot, chatbot. But usually we just use text. And here we, for example, write him that this domain name. Okay. So push add. We also can choose the design of this message. There are different designs. We can choose, for example, warning design, or maybe danger. Okay, save and insert into algorithm. So we have this block, and we can create an arrow from this option where user choose best of the best and drag the arrow to this block here. But we have other options, and we need to create other branches of the algorithm for them. For example, we want to draft some legal document with all this information: party 1, party 2, domain name, and so on. So also this document will include some maybe calculations. For example, maybe amount of losses of one of the party, for example, yeah. And so we can create info to enter for the user to enter this sum of the losses. So we can again choose info and create. And here the type of the info will be monetary amount. So this is sum of money, actually, sum of money. So here we type enter the sum of party one, for example. And here we can type an example like this, 10,000. Okay, add and insert to algorithm. So if user choose company com or maybe company.one or maybe best one, so he will go here to this block and should enter sum of losses of party one. Okay, save algorithm. And then, for example, we also should ask user to type, for example, sum of losses of party two. So the same info, create, type monetary amount, header losses of party two. Okay, placeholder doesn't matter. Add, insert to algorithm. Okay, so we connect it with this block. Now I should drag this. Okay, yeah. So, and then, for example, we need to calculate sum of these losses of party one and losses of party two together. So we have for these expressions. So we choose expressions and then create a type formula. So we have different types of expressions. Formula, condition, multiple valued, but usually I use formula and condition. Formula means that it calculates maybe some figures according to your formula. And condition means that it's also calculates some figures, but independence of the result, the algorithm goes to different branches. So, for example, if it calculates 0, it goes left. If it calculates, for example, 5, it goes right. And if it calculates 10, for example, it goes in the middle, like this. So different branches, independence of the result of this formula. So now we use just formula without condition. And the header is the sum of losses. Okay, add. And we need to add here this information about losses of party one and losses of party two to like make calculation. So we choose here entity type, we choose info because it was info, and we choose losses of the company, losses of party two. Enter the sum of losses of party two. So here, field amount, and we push add object. So here we have the first part of our formula. And the second part, losses of party two, again, add object. And here we have two parts of our formula. And now we just need to type $1 $1 plus $2. So this is part of our formula. So like this. So it will be just a simple calculation. This plus this. Okay, save. Insert into algorithm. So we have this block with this formula. And also we can connect this block with formula. Yeah. Okay. And next, for example, we need to draft a document on the basis of all this information entered by user. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Entered by user. So I can now maybe switch to other screen to show how to make a template from a Word document. Just a minute. So now you can see draft of one document. This is an example, just how to make a template for our constructor. So you can make a template of different Word documents or even Excel documents. So here you need just to make like this. So 2 slashes and party 1 and 2 slashes and party 2. So here our program adds the names of the parties. And here it adds domain name under dispute from the question. And here again, party 1 and party 2. And here will be the result of the calculations according to the formula we added. And also current date, it also adds here automatically. So we have this document. Now I switch again inside my constructor, I mean other screen, sorry, just a minute. Okay, we're back here. So we need to add this document into our constructor. We make a template, yeah, in Word or in Excel, and we need to add it here. So we have here conclusions, documents, just documents, but here it calls conclusions. So we push create, and here we need to choose template engine 2.0. We have this template engine, and type a name of the document. For example, it's legal action, maybe like this. Add. We need to select a type here. So it will be file Word document. Okay. Add. And choose a file. So we just saved this template into our hard drive, and now we can choose it from our hard drive. Here, something here. Так. I will find it. Yeah, here it is. And save and insert into algorithm. So this is our document like a block. And we can add it here and then create an arrow from this one also. Though this domain is not exist, so it can be like legal action concerning this domain. So we can also only connect this branch with this legal action. Okay, and also we need in the end of each algorithm, we need to add a block which indicates that this is the end of the algorithm. So this is endpoint here. Insert into algorithm, and algorithm end, we can place it anywhere. And connect all the blocks to this end of the algorithm. We always should add this endpoint, because if we don't, algorithm won't work, I think. And save. And now we have an algorithm, but also we should like tell the program where to place this information. I mean, in the template, where to place all this information collected from the user. So we can push here on the left top like side of this documents block. And then we have special button, template processing rules. If we push it, we are on the next screen, where we can choose what fields should be filled by what information. For example, field party 1, we can add rule. It's an info. And what info? Info party 1. And value is text. So add. And then for party 2, the same. Rule entity is info. Party 2. Text value, add. And domain name dispute, under dispute, it's a question. Yeah, this one. And here we select answer text, selected answer text. So what answer user chosen? So this text will add to this like field. And again, add. And losses. Losses, it should be expression, the sum of losses. Field, just result. Add. And current date. Current date. This is a function. Current date. Okay. So yes. And we should save all these changes like this. And here we can try it. So actually, I created the same algorithm before this task, because I was nervous that something goes wrong. So the result should be like this. I push play, and here you can see like the all this questionnaire for the user. So for example, here he enter company 1, here company 222, and here my best one domain under dispute, and losses of company, for example, like this, and losses of clients like this. And here our chatbot calculates the sum of the losses. So this plus this, 65,000. And here our chatbot drafted a document. You can see it in PDF or docs. If you open PDF, so you can see the result. Here it inserted all these like entered information and current date. And I can say that all this information can be added not by just typing like I did, but it also can be get from different software, like maybe databases or other documents. So it's not obligatory to type it by yourself. Yeah, this chatbot can get this information automatically from different sources. And also we have functionality to build different diagrams on the basis of, for example, these formulas. I can also show you how to, for example, create a diagram. Just a minute. For example, we can add it here. It's a message, create. As I remember, this is chart, I think. Push add. And here we should add different sources of data for the diagram. For example, we have these losses with ID 4010. So add, and also these losses 4011. Add, and also we have these calculations 1009. 90. Okay, so this is expression. Add failed, so something goes wrong. 1009. Okay, so let it be two expressions, and we can choose color of each. For example, let it be green, like this. Save, insert diagram. We can insert it here before the end of the algorithm. Save. Yeah, this is maybe this algorithm. Yeah, here we can see the diagram, and also we can like change the type of this diagram. For example, if we want to other type, we can just go inside this diagram and choose the type, for example, circle, and save. And then here we have circle. So we can change it differently. If we want, we can change, for example, to the bars. So we have bars. So it can be different. So these are the main options and the main like opportunities. So you can create calculators, document generators, expert systems, frequently asked questions services, any services with this visual constructor, and build all the services and set them on your website or plug into messengers. So if you have any questions, I'm ready and glad to answer.
Do you have to have a template at first, or can you also construct a template from scratch using an algorithm?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can create it during your process of creating the algorithm, or you can like make it before that. So you can, yeah. Usually I prefer to create it before, because if I create the template before, I understand what types of blocks I have to add to the algorithm, because I have these like fields in the template, and because of that I need to add blocks according to these fields in the template. Maybe other questions? So it's quite simple. You can try it on our website. There is a simple form for registration, and it's free for using. So you can create a project first when you register there, and then you can create algorithms. And also there is a possibility actually to enclose one algorithm to another. So for example, you have these blocks, you have many blocks, for example, here, and not to be confused because of quantity of these blocks, you can like pack these blocks into other algorithm and add this algorithm here as a one single block. I can show you. For example, I want to create inside algorithm. Here I have algorithms. I can push create, name it inside algorithm. Push add, insert. And here I have a block, which is actually algorithm, new algorithm. And I can add it in any place. For example, here I can add it. But I need to go inside the algorithm. To do this, I can push here on the top left corner. And so I'm inside new algorithm, and here I can add again different blocks. I can make it from the list of blocks which I created already, for example. So I don't need to create new, maybe. I can add blocks which exist on my list. So it doesn't matter. And for example, we created this inside algorithm, and again, we need to add endpoint here, algorithm end, and save. And if we go back to our previous algorithm and just refresh the page, we can see that here this endpoint appeared from the inside algorithm, and we can connect this new algorithm to other blocks. So this is new algorithm inside the first algorithm. And you can enclose different algorithms to each other without any limitations. So if you understood, I created new algorithm inside the first algorithm. So I can go there again and see what is inside. Okay, I hope it's clear. So maybe you have additional questions? Oh,
Dimitri, can I ask one question, please?
yeah, of course.
Maybe I missed it, but I just wanted to ask, for what kind of use cases can we use the constructor? Like in which situations that you would see you see examples of?
Yeah, for example, you're a lawyer. You are a lawyer in maybe legal firm or in big company, and employees of this company always ask you the same questions about something. So every day, and you should always like answer the same questions, the same legal questions. You can create an algorithm to consult your employees, because you can help yourself to save time. you can just make a chatbot, and this chatbot will consult employees about different legal questions, and you just build this chatbot, and then you save your time for more interesting legal questions. Yeah. Also, you, for example, should create the same documents, the same maybe agreements, maybe legal actions, maybe power for attorneys, so different legal documents, but usually they are the same. And there are many of them. And you spend your time to prepare all these documents every day. So again, you can build this chatbot, and this chatbot can create these legal documents without you, automatically, for your employees, and you just add some maybe new documents to this chatbot, and so make automation of this business process of drafting documents. Also, you can create a legal calculator, for example, for taxes, for different sums of penalties. For example, I created a calculator for notary, because notary, he has very complicated tariffs for his services, and he always should answer his clients about the price of his services, because to calculate this price is quite complicated task. And so we created a calculator for him, and his clients now can calculate the price of the services of the notary by themselves. They don't distract the notary from his work. Also, yeah.
Sorry, I was just thinking, I used to work as a lawyer as well. I worked at a bank for 2 years, and later on I worked at a very big company for 2 years again. And just as you mentioned, when I was working at the bank, there were a lot of questions from the branches that are very similar. I don't need to be there to answer them, because they were asking very standard questions. Like, can someone under 18 years old sign the agreement? Or can a grandfather can open a account for a grandchild, or these kind of things that are very, very classic, let's say. And for the second use case, when I was working at the big company, every year this company had a lot of factories, and they were buying supplies every year at the same time. So we used to negotiate the same documents, or review them, same things over and over. Again, this is a very useful tool if you have like a lot of a lot of sub companies or factories, or like units that will be dealing with documents every year. And notary example, that's very interesting for me, because I have never heard something like that. For the calculations, but I believe it will be very useful for human resources, the questions coming from human resources personnel, I think.
Yeah, and also I can add that now I'm at one of the teachers of Moscow Legal State Academy, and I created like home tasks for the students in this visual constructor. I mean that I created tests, and my students answer these tests, and the results calculate automatically, and chatbot sends them their results, and they can see if their answer is correct or not, and the result. So it also very useful for education, and I can add here different video or images also to these messages, which is showed by chatbot. So, for example, if my student mistaken, he answered incorrect, chatbot can show him a video about this issue, like educational video, for example. or maybe some text about this issue to correct his mistake.
I have one more question. So you mentioned that it's very easy to try the constructor, visual constructor.
Yeah.
So can I just ask, we just sign in from the website, Botman.one,
Yeah,
and then
Botman.one.
Okay, so it will be easy to use it from there, I think. No additional things that we need to do, right?
Yeah, right.
And my question is that, for example, when you were selecting different kind of choices, you, of course, you have been using this for quite a long time, and you're a master of Botman.one. But the students and me as well, we are very new. So, is there a guide or else like something written, or would you consider just suggesting us just to try?
I see. We have just translated the interface into English just today, So all this video inside, they are in Russian. So we need to make a new video in English now. I will do my best to make it as soon as possible. But now we don't have. But you can use this recording maybe for the first time, and then we will create, of course, a video guide in English how to make different things in our constructor.
I think that would be very, very useful, especially like how to create a chatbot or how to create a maybe standard agreement or things like that specific to outputs. Then, but in between, we will do our best to just try new things, fail and maybe success.
So if you fail, you are free to send me a question. I will answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
are there any questions from you students? Let's check.
I have one, or actually I have two.
Okay.
One question that I have is whether or not you can collaborate on the creation of algorithms. For example, say I create a nested algorithm like the one you mentioned, inside algorithm, and I'm a junior lawyer and I want to check with my supervisor. So I want to create an algorithm that prompts my senior to approve my whole document or not, and if he doesn't approve, make some changes. Is it possible to collaborate on the creation of an algorithm with another collaborator?
Yeah, it's possible. We can open this algorithm for different users. So, for example, your boss, he can also register on our website, and we can allow him to make changes in your algorithm.
Okay. Second one is not about how the system works, but you mentioned your biggest clients are the Russian banks, the biggest two largest Russian banks. And from what I've been able to gather, some of these new products have some difficulty into penetrating to these big institutional companies. So how did you manage to get those two big banks to those two behemoths on board? So can you talk about that a bit more?
Yeah. So the problem of the big banks and big companies is that they have very strict policy concerning protection of data and so on. And so our constructor, it can be built inside. I mean that it can not only work from the cloud, but also can be installed in their service, in their computers inside. So they just built it inside on their computers, and that's why they accepted our decision.
Okay, thanks.
Are there any more questions? Just I'm asking the class, but there are no questions on the chat. So I believe everything is clear for everyone.
Okay,
And they are very eager to try.
I think it's not so, but of course you should try. You should try, and then there will be many questions, I think.
After that, right?
Yeah.
Just during the first step, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you.
Thank you very much, Dimitri. It was a great presentation, and thank you very much for showing us how it works. I think many people, for them, it is the first time that they see how a legal tech product works in a way. For me, it was very enlightening. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So bye-bye.